Yeah, I mean, they just flew in last night, so, we went a little bit light in relative, no competition, but ran through a little bit of the playbook with the idea we'll get them up to speed next week. But, no, they're happy, they're settled, they brought positive energy, which was great. Feels like a little bit of Christmas.
Jackson, obviously the last man in. When's he going to be landing?
Expected arrival soon, but we'll have more of a follow-up on that probably when he gets here.
How are you feeling about the team's gelling so far, given that you've got a few more missions to come?
Yeah, I mean, it's early days. You never want to get too far ahead of yourself, but it is kind of cool when you're hearing about the little team dinners that they're organising for themselves. A few of the boys went to Palm Cove and experienced the beautiful sunset there and had a candlelight dinner amongst them. So, that's always cool to hear. But it's starting to transfer on the floor. It's all positive at the moment, but no one's played a game yet, so I'm sure it's the same for every club at the moment.
I guess you're looking ahead to the Blitz coming up in a month or so?
Yes and no. So again, still with the idea of stacking the days. The Blitz is just around the corner, but we also still got 3 weeks of real good training that we want to make sure that we capitalise on. So yeah, it's important that there's a timeline for us as coaches that we want to be ticking boxes, but for the playing group, it's really about what's in front of us right now. And for these guys, it was a Friday training session.
Will stepping up into a bigger role this year. Obviously, how have you seen him gel with the team and step up into that role?
Yeah, it's been great. He's a coach that cares, about his work and the attention to detail that goes behind it, and I mean that shows too. I had a similar path, and I've had some coaches that I've worked with in the past where, you're doing 2-3 years as an unpaid intern. Putting in a lot of work, and that's sort of what separates the guys who want it and don't want it. It's almost like the coaching example of a DP, because there's no promise of anything at the end of it. So with the 3 years that I've had with Will, who's been able to manage both roles with CBI and Cairns, and yet still be able to put together high quality work for me as part of my coaching staff, it is kind of cool now that we can actually reward him with a full-time role position. So he's got a great future. It's great that just I can at least be a part of his journey.
Obviously, the last few seasons have been heavily focused on defence. Is that still the game plan heading into this season?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Even with the guys we recruited in, with Rob and Pedro as an example, these guys are picking up full court in the G League, which is not an overly common thing. So having guys that want to play defence, when your best players want to play defence, it makes it pretty easy to get the rest of the team to follow. So, Taryn's ahead of the snake, no pun intended, and everybody else just brings that same level of intensity with him. I feel like this is probably, on paper, for me, this is probably one of the best defensive teams I've put together. It's just about now getting them to gel and be on the same page, which is, it's still a big hurdle to overcome, but it makes it easier when these guys are real high-level thinkers.
Yeah, really good. I mean, it's been easy because I've been here the last 3 years, so it's just same as always, and I'm excited to be here, full time.
What are you liking most about the group so far this year?
It's a different group. It's been very business-like the first couple of weeks. They've came in ready to go with that mindset of just getting their work done. So that's been a really pleasing thing to see the first couple of weeks.
Your role in terms of working with Forde, you guys obviously work well together. How does he see you kind of stepping up this year?
Yeah, it was. I was obviously very grateful for the opportunity. I love Cairns, I love being here, I love working for Forde, so the second that there was an opportunity I jumped at it, and it's just great to work with someone like him and have the opportunity to learn and get better and be a part of something hopefully pretty special.
I guess what do you think you add to the team in terms of the coaching staff?
Not much, no I'm kidding. Hopefully we can just be a supporter for him. He drives a lot of it. He knows what he wants, which is really easy for us because he's clear. So we just try to help in the background with, presenting some ideas, doing some grunt work with the film, and wherever he kind of needs.
What are some of the focus areas he's been putting you to work on?
Yeah, look, Kez and I luckily get to look at a lot of the scout. So heavy focus on what other teams are doing, but this off-season he's come in and really asked us to have a look at what's going on, and Kez and I kind of had a little bit of a look at the international game as the Olympics was going on, trying to find some reads and some wrinkles that are just new and different and something that we can maybe bring and surprise some people in the NBL this year.
Tanner and Pedro touching down today. How's the team going?
Yeah, good. Yeah, really good. As I said, the group's real business-like and they've been real welcoming. it's led by those guys that are obviously returning, Taryn, Sam, Jonah. So they've welcomed everybody in. They're starting to do some things, go out to dinner together. So I think it'll be pretty seamless, and we'll hit the ground running with some big days next week.
Well, this is obviously like a new chapter for you, but can you reflect on the last 3 years and tell me some highlights that you've had, because you've done so many roles and had so many jobs in this organisation?
Yeah, look, I came up here with no promises, an opportunity to get my foot in the door with a professional team, which I'd never had the opportunity to do, while still working with the juniors. And I think that was really important for me, that I still got to coach. No matter what level, I was still coaching every day and working on development. And so I think that was probably the big thing for me, was I got both levels, the elite of elite in Australia, working with guys like Forde and the team and learning what the next level looks like, but also taking down some of that knowledge and getting to put it into practice myself.
Wonderful. And any highlights over the last 3 years?
Probably our play-in semi-final run 2 years ago. The play-in at home against Perth was a pretty special game. So especially off that loss to Tassie. So making that, being at the first time of the play-in, was pretty exciting. That's probably the biggest highlight.
And just in terms of your role and function at Cairns Basketball, will you still have some sort of connection to like the junior and maybe the senior programs in some capacity?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. I enjoy junior development and helping people try to get to this level, whether it's girls or boys. So I love staying involved. I love trying to help. And yeah, if there's any opportunities to volunteer and hang out, I'll be here.